Simpit. I'm Shaun Cole, and welcome to today's edition of the Pit Stop, where you, the pit crew, you are the real star of today's show. Happy Monday to everybody. Hope everybody had a great weekend. I sure did. I work 7 days a week. Usually it's on the show. I worked 7 days a week this week, but this weekend had nothing to do with the show. Or actually, I take that back. I did do a little bit of work as well, but my main goal this weekend, and I'm going to talk just a teeny tiny bit about it, but I have a lemons race, 24 hours of lemons. This is actually Lucky Dog, not lemons. There's a handful, Lucky Dog, lemons, chunk car. But this is a Lucky Dog event at Laguna Seca at the end of the month. I'm really pumped up, really looking forward to it. However, the Chotus, the world famous Lotus, Chevy-powered Lotus, the Chotus, is in desperate need of attention after coming off the last race. So it's all hands on deck to get this car turned around. And right now, the car is sitting. The race is just a couple weeks away, and the car is sitting with the engine out and the entire rear end of the car, off. All we have is like the shell left, and a lot of work to be done. So nobody can work on it till this coming weekend. So I'll warn you all right now, I'm not going to be here for the next 2 weekends. I'm going to be working on the car. Luckily, it's a midweek race, so it'll affect some of our normal streaming, but I will be back on the weekend following. So in addition to that, I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys right now, one thing I was able to do Saturday morning, so lucky. Chris Considine, the owner of CXC Simulations, which you must know. Sorry, I seem to have an itch. I have scratches and bruises all over. I'm super sore. I'm super tired. I wiped my ear and found grease earlier, and that's after like 8 showers. So definitely pumped up for this and excited, but I'm going to be away quite a bit working on it. I can't remember what I was saying. Oh, so Chris Considine invited me to come down to CXC Simulations because they had just converted a radical race car into a full motion simulator for their client, which I'll talk more about in a special show. But it meant that if I got down there super early Saturday morning, I was going to be able to get footage of that incredible radical and drive on it. Doug Hawley! Change my header? Which header do you mean, Doug? Which header? I'm sorry. I'm so confused. Thank you so much, though, Doug. Worked over it, yes. On Twitch, I don't know. I still don't know what you guys mean. I'm confused. I'm tired. Change your header on Twitch. I have to reboot. Header on Twitch? What do you mean? If it didn't change, that's their fault. And why are we doing this in the middle of a pit stop? I don't know. Sorry, please forgive me, everybody on the pit stop. Our Twitchers are outraged at something that I'm doing. Yeah, I'm not sure why we're doing headers on Twitch an hour into the show when we just went live on Pit Stop. Thank you for that. Anyway, okay, so I was able to get down to CXC and drive that radical and feel what it was like, film it, and I'm going to be doing a special story on that coming up. So it was really cool to do, and I did that in addition to working on the Chotus all weekend long. So that was my weekend. No sim racing other than testing in that car. Wrong pick? I don't... Twitch, right now, you're going to have to just chill out. We're doing the Pit Stop live. That's part of this. You had an hour. If you didn't get it to me, phooey on all of us. Sorry, but I am doing the live show now, which we don't really interrupt with Twitch business. Twitch gets me all day long, so let's not worry about that right now. You guys can explain to me what I did wrong later. I can see the show. You're seeing the show, so I don't know what the problem is or what the issue is. So We're going to move on. Let's move on by taking this down and talking sim racing news and moving right along. I don't know what you guys are talking about. For the life of me, I have no clue what you're talking about on the Twitch side of things. Zero clue. Zero. Hey, Derek Spear in the audience. Hey, Derek, how you doing? It's the game I'm playing. I'm not playing a game. Yes, stop it. Stop it. Devin leading the way on the charge, by the way. Devin, who has helped me out so much, is personally submarining both shows right now. That is in true Twitch fashion, by the way. I know that much about Twitch. I'm not playing anything, you guys. Yeah. Stop it. So congratulations are in order for VRS Coanda SimSport, and it's really no surprise. These guys have dominated all season long, but they have now clinched the 2019 VRS GT iRacing World Championships at Sebring. Well done. Congratulations to those guys. I mean, you're talking like a super A-list list of drivers involved over there, and many of you guys, by the way, have run with these guys and done various things with these guys. Tim, I'm done with the topic. I thought I've made that clear. Should I give you guys 5 minutes to talk amongst yourselves? Enough. Okay. So, congratulations to those guys. You're talking amazing drivers like Josh Rogers, Mitchell DeJong. Is this their entire player list and their points scored? VRC, point standings for the VRS6 races are follows. Anyway, congratulations to them. Yeah, I don't know why you guys are hung up on something like a title anyway. In addition to that, there was a teaser. So if you went to the iRacing YouTube page, right here, you will see their new damage model work in progress. So I'm not seeing any damage. I'm seeing cars. I'm seeing cars driving. Oh, look at that. Can you imagine a tire flying through the air and taking that in the head in VR? That would be awesome. But we are seeing the new damage model, which we've talked about over the last year at this is coming. We're seeing much more deformation. We're seeing a lot more parts flying and not just disappearing. You know how in the days of old, these parts would just disappear and vanish in the air. So very cool to see this. It's going to add a lot more to iRacing in terms of the realistic. This is epic footage right here, by the way. Small parts, big parts, wings, tires, suspension pieces even sticking to the wheels, I think I saw in one case. I saw tire tethers trying to hold that tire on. Awesome stuff, and something that will definitely be a game changer in iRacing, for sure. For sure. New Audi was shown. Did I miss that? Oh, here, let's... Whoop, no, we don't want to do that. Was that it? That's not an Audi. Or is it? That might have been an Audi. Was that the Audi? My eyes deceive me. Yeah, Raphael, I got goosebumps watching this too. Oh, Good Goat said that. Sorry. Yeah, it should charge you the according real money to fix parts, huh? I love it. I love it. Okay, next up, what else do we have? SRO Esport GT Series Silver Qualifiers now open. So this is the Assetto Corsa Competizione challenge going on. And anybody who wants to take part in that, it would be a good time to get going over there. What else? Tim Chitwood, people sending me messages. Thank you, Tim. There was little, I don't know why, it seems like everybody was messing with me in every direction. John Hill telling me that I hadn't posted the show, yet it had been posted. You guys telling me I'm playing F1. Obviously, we're not playing any games. Everyone's messing with me. Cheers. So, in addition to that, Assetto Corsa Competizione, the special event season has come to an end with spectacular performance on several tracks. Season 2 is now closed, and Season 3 is now online, featuring 4 new spectacular challenges. So last week I did play some Assetto Corsa Competizione, and admittedly it had been a while since I had played it. And going back to it, it took a little acclimation moment, but I really did find myself enjoying it quite a bit. So now that they have a new season, a fresh slate, it's probably time to head over there and see what we can do there. So you guys want to get ahead of the game, you might want to get into Competizione and start checking out Season 3. Monday Morning Madness with Shaun Cole. Yeah, everyone's doing the Wreckfest with me today. You're not supposed to crash me during the show. You're supposed to crash me during Wreckfest. Didn't mention this, but I just wanted, Rudy Van Buren. I mentioned he was going to be driving in the Porsche Super Cup, I believe it was. That is the car that Rudy Van Buren got to race. Can you imagine racing that car? Little world's fastest gamer logo on the bottom right. So obviously McLaren helped pave the way for a Porsche ride, it seems. Am I looking forward to TT Isle of Man 2? Futuristic, that's a good question. I thought Isle of Man 1 was pretty decent. It was going to take some time to master it, because at those speeds on that track, you can't just mess around. There's enough sim aspect to the game that it wasn't just like you couldn't just guardrail your way around. So, yeah, I am looking forward to it. The only downside is I've always found that TT Isle of Man, motorcycle games are really hard to play, like in terms of with a steering wheel. Makes no sense to use a sim racing setup for a motorcycle game to me. So that ends up switching over to using a controller, which kind of changes it a little bit. I mean, even though it's still racing, playing with a controller just doesn't let me feel like the sim racer that I want to be. Am I going to try VR? Yes, Derek Spear, Wreckfest sure does need VR. We'll check. I use VR periodically, and actually today we're going to be doing VR. So as soon as this show finishes, if you watch us on Twitch, you should be checking us out on Twitch as well. Shaun Cole _ in the pit. We're live right now at Twitch, and you're hearing this. You're just seeing it from a different angle. And as soon as this show is over, we're going to be transforming the studio into VR racing mode. We're going to be downloading the Chodus, and we're going to be running at Laguna in Assetto Corsa in VR with motion, with a G-seat, all combined together as I start preparing for that race coming up at the end of the month. I want to work out a few feelings on turn 9, see how the car handles. I also want to put a stick shift. I'm not sure I even have a shifter mount. I'd like to get a shifter on it and start doing a little bit of heel toe, because I will need to do some clutch work. I will need to do some shifting in the Chodus. I understand probably only need 3rd and 4th gear, but still we'll need to be able to shift properly. What else? USA Division is now underway in the Project Cars Logitech G Challenge. $1,000 prize pool. This is round number 5 is now underway, just so you know. That's moving along pretty quickly, really, if you think about the timing they've done on that. Dirt Rally 2, Season 3 and 4 launching from August 2019. So we're looking at a schedule of Week 1, the Subaru Impreza and the Ford Focus. Doesn't tell us where, funny enough. Week 3, Argolis Greece Special Livery Pack. Week 5, Peugeot 306, Seat, Ibiza. Anyway, you can see the schedule of what's going on for the coming seasons in Dirt Rally 2.0, Season 4. And we talked VR. We talked VR a lot last week. Dirt Rally 2.0 now featuring VR, which I need to revisit that as well. I gave it a pretty negative view. And that might have been unfair. I didn't do the underscore VR trick through Steam in order to do that. Mitchie, I'm going to go live. The Twitch channel's not going to turn off. I'm going to take a little break after the pit stop, which has probably been one of the most disrupted pit stops in the history of the world today. But that's okay. I don't care. We're just here to talk sim racing. Twitch will maintain going, but I'll take a small break. We're going to queue up and play the Jessica Lopez interview from Long Beach Grand Prix. And then as soon as I'm done with the break, we'll just cut the interview off and we're going to switch. We'll keep going. That's when we're going to turn around the studio and start driving. As far as YouTube goes, if everything works well, we'll probably do more of that tonight on YouTube, but not today. By the way, I used the Valve Index this weekend in that Radical that I drove. The Valve Index is pretty cool. I can't hear the word bug eye without thinking of a bug eye sprint, Heiko. But yeah, I drove in the Valve Index, and I have to say, coming from an Oculus Rift, the Valve Index is really, really awesome. I really love it. I always liked the way the other one, the Vive, had the twisty knob to tighten the mask instead of the Velcro straps. And they've got that on the Index. The other thing is not only do they have the in and out, I call it the binocular adjustment, but they also allow you to move the lens forward and backward. All right, so those are two huge features that I really like. But the best thing of all was the clarity. The clarity on the Index was amazing. So when we had discussion about VR last week with Derek even, and we talked about the hurdles and the obstacles, and now this unit is not cheap, and it takes a supercomputer in order to run the thing. However, it's amazing. So it is getting to that level where the graphics are getting that crisp, that clean, very, very little IPD, thank you, Devin, very little screen door effect. So if there's anything that was ever going to make me spend $1,000, I think it's about $1,000, maybe $1,200, I really do like the new, losing my mind here today, the Index, the Valve Index. The audio was fine. It didn't strike me great or bad. I noticed the speakers stay off your ears, which is kind of cool. It allows you to hear a little bit more of the exterior. Like when I play with my Oculus, I actually put my speakers right here. I don't put them over my ear, funny enough. Oh, that's cool, Vermin. Vermin says the Assetto Corsa League Vermin Racing Team races in. The Assetto Corsa League that Vermin Racing Team races in, which if you give us the name, that would be even more helpful, has a real F3 driver offering advice to sim racers in Discord, helping anyone improve their skills and potentially that real prize. That's awesome. Formula Trout, is that the name of the league? Monday! We are having a Monday, aren't we, Doug? It's a crazy Monday. 22B. How many people love the 22B? What are you talking about? Rainbow trout? German trout? Cutthroat trout? Thank you, Tim. All right, Tim the Fisherman. We already talked about Dirt Rally 2.0. 3 days to go until Estering, Germany rally, apparently. So, what else? The scheduled update should be going on about right now, if I'm not mistaken, for Formula 1 game. So if you go to try to do that, you'll be able to play, but you won't be able to go online, I do believe. Forza has a weekend review talking about various things in Forza. I know they talked about their update, but that is the last update to Forza Motorsport 7. And we already talked about the Cayman. Ooh, a new Lego car. Look at that. That looks like a new, or is it just a dinosaur? What are they talking about with the Autumn? Anyway, there you go. You can find that out. If you want Forza, go to the ForzaMotorsport.net page. There's a ranking reset. I think I mentioned this on the show a few times, but I don't know if you guys remember, but a couple of years ago, I actually gave an attempt at the GT Academy. And I was up into the top 30, it was the top 30 that would go to the final online competition and narrow it down to 16 that would get the real-life invite. Now, there was a huge difference from 16th to 32nd, actually, I think it was. And I was up there looming in the 30th position, and they had a bunch of cheating going on, and they hit reset and cleared all the boards, and I just couldn't dedicate more time. So I ended up pulling out and not even giving it a shot. Now, I think I would have made that season, that year, that event, the amount of work I had done, I think I would have made the online competition the top 32 at the time. But there was no way I was going to make the top 16 and get the invite. So, Assetto Corsa, Terj, I heard him say, Assetto Corsa. Impreza 22B. Thank you, Heiko. Thank you for clarifying that for all you rally fans out there. So apparently there was a ranking reset for the time trial rankings in the Civic Type R. Bucho, you run the Civic Type R competition on GT Sport. Super lap tuning allowed. Event that some player times were recorded after players used shortcuts on the track. That is exactly the problem they had back then on the GT Academy, which is prohibited. Anyway, cheating and resetting the leaderboards continues on. What's this? A countdown. 1 day, 20 hours, 38 minutes, and 10 seconds. Need for Speed. I don't know. Is that we're going to be playing it in 1 day, 20 hours? Does that mean that I need to clear my slate? Doug, what are you doing to me? Doug Hawley, you are now forbidden to communicate with me ever again. I don't know what you're doing. You're killing me, buddy. I'm just messing with you. You're just messing with me. I'm messing with you. McLaren Shadow talking about their episode 3 of their Shadow cast. And it's got a lot of stuff that we've seen. Like, we've seen the teasers of Bono and Enzo racing, Lando, and all that. But now it's going to be like their in-house promotion. And then this was kind of a mystery to me. So, Forza, mystery driver? I'm not sure. Is this the new Stig? I don't know. Showing off the new McLaren controllers. Turge, we're going to announce that on Friday's show. Friday's show is when we will declare a winner of the Derek Spear designed box that we're giving away compliments. And if you didn't get a chance, I'm glad you mentioned that. If you didn't see Friday's show, Friday's Beyond the Sim with Billy Strange and Derek Spear, you got to go check it out because you could actually win yourself a Race King button box. All you need to do is go over there and comment on that show. We will be picking a winner Thursday night. The deadline is Thursday night, midnight, to get your comments in. I will be picking a winner, and we'll be declaring it on Friday's show. And then we'll get Derek. It's already sent a message to me asking for, as soon as I get the pick, let him know so he can get that sent out. So thank you, Derek Spear, and please go to Derek Spear Design, check his stuff out, and in addition to that, check out last Friday's show, and be sure to enter for your chance to win. All right, what else to talk about today? The Bravado Gauntlet Classic muscles its way into GTA Online. So take your free spin at the Lucky Wheel. Apparently, you can go to the casino. That's my guess, not reading the whole article. And you can actually win this. So sort of like, I mean, I live next to a couple of the Indian casinos. And one of their Track Boss. Thank you. Track Boss. Thank you. Not a Race King. Thank you, Derek Spear. Correction. Sean's lost his mind on Monday. It's a Track Boss button box, not a Race King. Please forgive me. Awesome button box. One that I've used. A lot of people who've been in sim racing have used that box. It's an incredible button box. There is no way that you would need another controller. Like, there's no way you'd find a game that you couldn't map everything you've got if you have a Track Boss. I guarantee you. Anyway, getting back to like a Chumash casino, and they're not an advertiser, so I'm not trying to promote them, but they're always doing car giveaways, like with the slots. It's a big deal. It's a pretty common trick. Anyway, same thing with Grand Theft Auto. You can take your spin and win the Pegasus Infernus Classic, and it ends August 14th, so just 2 days to get that in. Yeah, VR and GTA 5 would be awesome. I can't say any. Maybe a Race King next time. There you go. Very cool. I can't say anything 10 times fast today. The other thing, all the work and all the soreness, I have like a weird, it's not even a headache. I have a tension in my neck, and it's causing discomfort right here. So despite my smiling face, I'm still sitting here a little bit in pain, to be honest with you. Pegasus Infernus Classic. Oh. What else? There's a road series, Podium Esports series. They've got their schedule here, running various different tracks. I don't know much about that one, to be honest with you. And there's not a lot said here, but you'll find them at podiumesport.com. And the premier road racing series on iRacing, featuring the Class A stock car drivers compete on iRacing's best road courses in the United States. That's a ringer thing for a lot of us quality road racers. you can apply for a season pass. But yeah, running road courses in like the NASCAR type game. So, speaking of Rift S is better than a CV1 by a long shot. Is it? Yeah, I have a buddy who runs a Rift S and came from a regular Rift and said that he was pretty happy with it. Need for Speed's undertitle is Heat. I would say it's an alternative more than an undertitle. Ward, don't you think you were a little rough on the beaver? I gotta tell you, I liked that Valve Index, though. I might have to buy one. MP Lemba? I'm not even gonna worry about disclaiming them. I don't know who they are. But they are talking about, because it is now launched, the Millennial Esport Gaming Studio launches world's fastest gamer mobile esport competition. So, for those who can't sim race, maybe this is the alternative. Maybe this puts us all on an even playing field. I don't know. But you could be getting a shot at the biggest prize in all of sim racing. Yeah, there you go. So, there you go. Harambe! Harambe! What else? Oh, shoot. That's not what I wanted to do. That's not what I wanted to do. There we go. Free for all and Road to Player 1. My brain. Why does it say it was posted August 14th? Isn't today the 12th? Maybe that's when it's going on. Yeah, August 14th. There you go. That's why. Free for all and Road to Player 1, August 14th at Red Bull Gaming Sphere, London. Come down to the Red Bull Gaming Sphere on August 14th from 2 to 10 p.m. for our weekly free for all. Our London Esports studio is usually open for special events featuring specific games, but this is the community's opportunity to just turn up and play a variety of titles, including the likes of FIFA 19, World of Warcraft, and Street Fighter 5. God forbid that Red Bull would put some sort of adrenaline type game like, I don't know, racing? I'm just going to throw that one out there for you guys, Red Bull. I don't know if you ever thought of getting involved in racing, Red Bull. You know, if you're going to build an esports studio, if you're going to build it with rigs in the background, and you're going to have a big open to the public, Red Bull, nah, F it, let's play some FIFA. All right, there you go. But there you go. Red Bull, they're going to open the doors Friday night. You can go check it out. Little news, and this isn't sim racing other than she does sim race. She's a sim racing girl for sure. But Jamie Chadwick won the first inaugural W Series championship. So congratulations to her. And we got to like her more than the other girls. We got to love them all. But we got to like her just a little bit more because she is an advocate and an active esport level driver. So she knows what she's doing. I can't remember. Who was it who picked her up? Was it McLaren who made her a driver? She's somebody's esport driver as well. There you go. Jamie Chadwick. NASCAR Heat 4 roster reveal. And when you look at the reveal of who's in there, they have some real-life NASCAR drivers. So like I saw, let's see. Where's Earnhardt? There's Jeffrey Earnhardt. So giving a little bit more insight as to what's going to be in the Need for Speed underling. When I say Heat, it's going to be Heat 4. She drives a GT4 for Aston. Race doesn't air in the U.S. until later this week. I missed your first comment there. Yeah, Red Bull, whatever's popular. All right. Heat 4, Billy Baru. Turn 10 talks about big ideas built but not bought for the next Forza. So if you want to get a little insight as to what is going into the next version of Forza now that we can definitely close the coffin on Forza 7, they are now opening the doors, starting to talk about certain elements, and you'll find this at Full Throttle. I didn't get a chance to read it, so I don't know what kind of teases are in there. But if you want to know, you're going to want to go over to Full Throttle and check out this Turn 10 talking about big ideas built but not bought. If I hear official things, I'll probably come back and let you guys know. And Billy's not hot for it. Understood. What else going on? Okay, so we just mentioned that big countdown for Need for Speed. You guys recall that, of course, right? Do I need to go back and show you? I think it's pretty simple. We had a countdown tomorrow. Ranking Need for Speed games on Xbox from the bad to the great. So I'm going to go through their list. This is the Xbox Hub giving their opinion on the best Need for Speed games starting in reverse order. And I just want you guys, what do I want to hear from you guys? I want to know what you think were the worst Need for Speed titles and what you think were the best Need for Speed titles. And if you throw in a word or two telling me why, I'd appreciate it as well, just because I want to know your thoughts. She's in the new Fernando Alonso team. Thank you very much. Raphael, you are the real star of today's show. Dave Blair is very excited about the next level of Forza. And what else? What else? Okay, I'm going to leave that untouched. Number 1, Need for Speed Unground, says Invader Sim. So we have our first opinion and thought on that. So let's just go down through the list. Remember, this is in reverse order, so this is backward in their opinion. Need for Speed The Run. Need for Speed Carbon. Need for Speed Pro Street. I don't know if I ever played Pro Street. Need for Speed Shift and Shift 2 Unleashed. They're putting them together. I don't know if I think that's fair. I think there's a pretty substantial difference between Shift and Shift 2. So that might be an opinion on how good their opinion is. My opinion on how good their opinion is. Need for Speed Undercover, which I thought was a pretty good version. Just plain old Need for Speed from 2015, not the original. Need for Speed Payback. I never played it, but I like that shot of the Mustang doing a drag wheelie. Need for Speed Rivals. Need for Speed Hot Pursuit. That would be one of my top picks. Need for Speed Hot Pursuit was one of the best for sure, in my opinion. Need for Speed Underground 2. Need for Speed Most Wanted. That one was pretty good too. And I noticed one that's not on their list. And I'm going to throw one more on the list. And I know when I went back in time and played it, it wasn't as good as my memory had it in my mind. But my top 3, I don't know about my top 3, but one that's, my top 3 would probably actually be, I think it would probably be Hot Pursuit and either the original or maybe Underground. See, the original, I really have to go back in time to the OG Need for Speed. It had the Mazda Rotary, it had the Corvette, and then it had a bunch of really exotic cars as well. I loved the original. I thought it was really a game changer comparing it to other games that were out there at the time. I think that Most Wanted and Hot Pursuit were a lot of fun, but one of my favorites was Need for Speed Porsche Unleashed, which didn't even make their list, funny enough. You were a factory driver for Porsche. Okay, that didn't work. Let's see, what else? MotoGP Esport talking about a reference lap. How do fast laps at Le Mans? How to do a fast lap at Le Mans series. A circuit. Wow. I can't believe how the brain is mush today. We'll see how the driving goes. Reference lap. How to do a fast lap at Le Mans circuit. When I read that at first, I thought, man, can you think of anything more scary than maybe doing a lap at Le Mans in a superbike? Can you imagine doing 180 miles an hour on a two-wheeled bike and then trying to break that thing for a chicane that if you didn't, it was going to be a jump? On a bike, those chicane curbings could almost be a jump. Talk about a high side situation. Microsoft Sidewinder wheel. That's what you'd need to use getting back in time with Need for Speed Porsche Unleashed. Old school Need for Speed. Well, and again, I'm not going to say that Need for Speed, the original, was the best version of the game in its history of titles. But at the time, it was a very unique game. Remember the creepy, death cop? The cop that would pull you over was like death. It was kind of funny. Not sure. Hey, Bobon just subscribed. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Bobon. Much appreciated. Anyone out there, please, thumbs up if you like what we're doing. Thumbs down if you think it's garbage. That's okay. Just have an opinion. That's great. That's why we're here. And then, of course, subscribe to the channel if you want to know what we're doing. And if you want to see the behind-the-scenes version of what we're doing today, all you have to do is tune in on Twitch. Go to Twitch, look up Shaun Cole _ in the pit. And we've been live since 8, and we're going to be live probably till about lunchtime playing around in the Simpit here. So you'll see what I do for work, what I do, how I spend my time, how I have fun. Kartcraft has a teaser video of the KZ2 preview. I believe this is a CRG go-kart. Looks like the colors are CRG, and they are driving it around at Atlanta Motorsport Park. And I have to tell you, when I look at this footage, I wouldn't have guessed that it was game footage. I admittedly, when I look at this, if you didn't tell me it was game footage, other than that hot air balloon, I would have thought it was real life footage. It's that good. It really is. I mean, I don't know what it feels like. It's been a while since I drove Kartcraft, but visually speaking, I love the speed sensation that I'm seeing out of here. Is it a Sodi? Oh, it's a CRG, a C72 CRG of Paolo Di Canto. The speed sensation is really good. The way the kart's jerking. Oh, a little sideways action. The way it's jerking and bumping is even remember Billy and I were talking about the way your engine fights against grip, and you get that. I'm hearing that sound sensation in doing this as well. Yeah, the timing in VR, that might be too much. I think it is, and I'm guessing this is a VR view that we're actually watching. Oh, that was a lot of curb. That was a curb strike. Doesn't say much more, but you'll find that at Kartcraft Game on YouTube if you want to check it out and be able to hear it full volume and everything. Rain a new track in August for Auto Sport, or for GT Sport. Coke and Manu. I'm missing something here. All right, I apologize. I'm going to pull this off. I forgive me. I don't know enough about that to talk about it. All right, little eye candy. Just give everybody a smile. Somebody mentioned Lamborghini earlier. Steering wheel. SSRG Competition 300 GT. A beautiful Lamborghini edition. So cool. Lamborghini branding and coloring. You got the gold and black. Very cool. Rain a new track. Yeah, it might be rain a new track. Rain a new track in August. That's all I really officially know. And the details of update 1.42. But I don't have enough information here to start giving you guys the official word. I'd like to find it from Google. That's not what I wanted. So, all right, there you go. And then a few rigs and a little bit of racing to talk about, and that'll do it for today's show. So, this guy's setting up to do an 80-20. Look at I love it. Look at this image. 80-20 laid out, ready to go. Very, very cool. Got a little bit of Fanatic gear. Got a nice looking Sparko seat. This is going to be a beautiful rig setup one day. A little motivation for anybody out there. All you got to do is buy a stack of profile, buy some hardware, and you can build any rig you want. Better yet, change it to a different type of rig anytime you want. We've been talking about wheel stands quite a bit lately. And this here looks like that looks a lot like the Extreme rig. Looks like a next level. I can't really see any of the branding, but it's definitely a fold-upable rig with a pull-up chair, showing that you don't need a ton of space if you want to be a hardcore sim racer. Not to all the rigs we have. And then finally, I want to promote some things going on. So this season, starting Thursday, is a new season of the Simpit Pro Sim Racing series on Assetto Corsa through Sim Racing System. This is a matchmaking system with scoring and ranking, allowing us to keep season score, and also allowing it, if we have more than one split, so to speak, or one room full, it will give us a second split, and it's going to base it on rankings. So you can totally be in some heavy competition with me, with Shaun Seabrand of Pro Sim Racing TNT, with a good handful of the patron pit crew, a good handful of just the people who watch this show. So Thursday night is when it kicks off, and a really interesting season this year in the GTR. This is the McLaren GTR running at Barbagallo. I should probably disclaim that because I probably said that wrong. Sentul Circuit. I have not raced either of those before. Monza, Goodwood Circuit, Mugello, and Riverside Long. That is the next 6 weeks of racing. And all you have to do is be a regular SRS member, which there is no fee, and then be sure to join that series. First race coming up in 3 days and 8 hours from now. I will be racing it. I will be streaming it. Hopefully that'll motivate a few more of you to join us and get out there and do some racing as well. So there you go on that. What else? Mitchie, you still here? So Mitchie's going to be doing round 2 of the $1,000 knockout, and this one's going to be at Zandvoort, which is a great looking track. When are you streaming this, or is this the one you just did over the weekend, Mitchie? I wasn't here this weekend, so I'm not sure. If you can give us a time stamp on that, we will cover that. And then lastly, as you guys know, I'm really into the concept of us running some dirt trucks for a season. We've had some really good turnout, but not good enough for me to hit go on a whole season. This weekend, this Friday night, is going to declare whether we're going to do a season or just do things for fun. So, what's the story on this Zandvoort? Is this the one you did over the weekend, or is this something coming up? I think I saw 3 streams from you. Was it this? I believe it was this. So, just let us know. I think that's what was there, but I didn't want to give out false information. Heiko, me too. It's been a while since I did Simpit SRS series, and Shaun Seabrand at Pro Sim Racing has been carrying the torch and keeping that series going. And I've been meaning to make a cameo and haven't done it, but I'm going to do a full season. So all 6 races. Actually, I know I'm going to miss one because I'm going to be in Laguna 2 Thursdays from now. So anyway, what else? So truck series. I am determined to get a truck series going, but if we don't get the turnout, I'm not going to force it because I'm not going to do a season of 10 drivers. So right now, this Friday night, we are going to do one more test race with the group just to build up enthusiasm. If we get a big crowd, we'll launch a whole season. If we don't, then Friday nights are going to probably become a little more whatever I feel like doing, to be honest with you. So Friday night, 5:30, the password will be Simpit 2019. I'm telling everybody right now, Simpit 2019 will be the password. Friday night, 5:30 Pacific Coast time, and we'll do some heats. We'll do a half-hour practice followed by heats, followed by some A main, B main if we get a good enough crowd. If we can get things over 30 drivers, we will do a season. If we are under 30 drivers, then we will just keep things, not do a season for a while. We'll just keep things mixing up and changing all the time. So that is going to do it for today's show. And then Sunday, I'll have more news on this. I meant to send an email out. I'll try to do it today. Troy Tyner is hosting a Assetto Corsa Competizione event on Sunday for the Patron Pit Crew group. I unfortunately will not be able to make it. I'm going to have to be working on the car. Not going to have any weekends free between now and the end of the month, unfortunately. I'll give you more news on that on Wednesday, but you can put it in your calendar for Sunday at 10 a.m. with more details to follow on Wednesday's show. So that is going to do it for today's crazy Monday show. You guys having a lot of fun with me, making me red and embarrassed and trying to mess me up. You did a pretty good job of getting me out of my A game. But does it really matter? Because we're just here to bullshit. We're just here. Oh, I forgot where I am. Push-ups. I'll give you guys 10 push-ups. Twitchers, you can verify my push-ups because everyone on YouTube is not going to be able to see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Wow, I'm pretty shaky after all the weekend of working. Anyway, been a lot of fun, you guys. I totally enjoy. I enjoy the distraction. So even though you Maya thought that was some kind of problem for me. I enjoy anything you throw at me as long as we're having fun. That is going to do it for today on YouTube, on this channel. We are going to continue to stream on Twitch. So if you head over to Twitch right now, Shaun Cole in the pit. We're going to set this room up for VR, motion, G-Seat, running the Chodas at Laguna, and Assetto Corsa with a little luck. That's our goal of the day. So if you want to watch that go on, just tune in over at Twitch. Be sure to thumbs up, thumbs down, subscribe, do whatever you can do to help us out. This is the Simpit. I'm Shaun Cole, and I'll see you on the track.